Isaac was a shadow. He blended into the dusty streets of Laredo, Texas. He was a quiet kid, always preferring his video games to people. His escape was a world of pixels and joysticks. He spent hours in his room, surrounded by old consoles and cartridges. Isaac craved adventure. He just wanted to find it in the safety of his room. One scorching summer day, Isaac stumbled upon something extraordinary. He found it in a dusty corner of a local pawn shop. It was a game console, unlike any he'd ever seen. It was sleek and black, with an eerie green glow. The console seemed to pulse with an unknown energy. Isaac was drawn to it. It called to him. He had to have it. Isaac rushed home, clutching his treasure. He ignored the sweltering heat. He had to try out this mysterious console. His hands trembled with anticipation as he plugged it in. A wave of energy surged through the room as the console whirred to life. The screen flickered, displaying a message in an unknown language. Isaac felt a shiver run down his spine. He was ready to begin. He grabbed the controller. It was cold to the touch. Isaac pressed start. His world dissolved around him. Isaac gasped. He was no longer in his room. Gone were the familiar posters and stacks of games. He found himself in a vibrant forest. Towering trees reached for the sky, their leaves 1,000 shades of green. Strange birds sang melodies he'd never heard. The air was alive with the scent of pine and wildflowers. He was scared, but also strangely thrilled. This world felt real, too real to be just a game. A voice echoed in his head. "Welcome, chosen one. You are destined to become..." The voice faded before revealing his fate. Isaac ventured deeper into the forest, guided by instinct. He had to figure out where he was and why he was here. The forest whispered around him, seeming to watch his every move. He wasn't alone. A monstrous creature leapt from the bushes. It was unlike anything Isaac had ever seen, covered in scales with glowing red eyes. It snarled, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth. Isaac was frozen in fear. Fight or flight. Isaac's instincts screamed at him. He couldn't stay frozen. He had to do something. As the creature lunged, Isaac closed his eyes and ducked. He rolled to the side just in time. The creature crashed into the undergrowth. He scrambled to his feet, his heart pounding in his chest. He had to escape, but something stopped him. He felt a surge of power coursing through his veins. It was the console's energy. He knew it. He looked down at his hands. They were glowing with the same green light as the console. He felt different, stronger, faster. He was ready to fight. The console had chosen him for a reason. With newfound agility, Isaac dodged the creature's next attack. He moved with a speed he never knew he possessed. He struck back. His fist connected with the creature's jaw, sending it reeling. He felt a thrill. He was actually fighting back. He had become something more than just Isaac. He was Shah Shinobi. The forest whispered his new name. News of Shah Shinobi's victory spread through the forest. Strange creatures, both friendly and fearsome, approached him with a mixture of awe and fear. Isaac learned to navigate this new world. He honed his skills as a warrior. One day, a wizened old fox approached him. It bowed low, its eyes filled with worry. Shah Shinobi, the fox rasped. A great darkness rises in the east. Amatsu Mikaboshi stirs. Isaac had never heard of Amatsu Mikaboshi, but the fear in the fox's voice was palpable. "Who is this Amatsu Mikaboshi?" Isaac asked, his hand instinctively resting on the hilt of the sword he now carried. "He is the embodiment of chaos," the fox explained, its voice trembling. "He devours light and hope. He corrupts even the purest of hearts. He has awakened in the land of the rising sun, sowing seeds of darkness in the hearts of children." Isaac felt a pang of responsibility. He was chosen by the console for a reason. He had to stop this evil. He had to face Amatsu Mikaboshi. Section 5. When darkness consumed the rising sun. Isaac journeyed eastward. He was guided by the whispers of the wind and the stars. He crossed rivers of fire and mountains that scraped the sky. He finally reached the land of the rising sun, but it was a land shrouded in shadow. The once vibrant cities were now desolate. The streets were littered with debris. An unnatural silence hung in the air. Where there was once laughter, there was only the mournful cry of the wind. Isaac felt a chill. This was worse than he imagined. He encountered them then, hordes of them. They poured out from the shadows, their eyes glowing with an eerie red light. They were vampires and zombies, twisted mockeries of human beings, Amatsu Mikaboshi's army. Isaac drew his sword. He was outnumbered, but he wouldn't back down. He was shinobi. He was their only hope. Section 6. Finding Sanctuary in the Mountains. The battle raged for days. Isaac fought with the fury of a cornered animal. His blade danced a deadly dance, cutting down swaths of undead and vampires. Each victory, however, was short-lived. More enemies rose to take their place. Exhausted and wounded, Isaac retreated. He needed to regroup. He needed to find a way to defeat Amatsu Mikaboshi. He fled into the mountains, the hordes of darkness at his heels. He stumbled upon a hidden monastery. It clung precariously to the side of a sheer cliff. As he approached, the doors swung open, revealing a group of monks clad in saffron robes. They had been expecting him. Inside the monastery, Isaac found sanctuary. The monks healed his wounds and shared their ancient wisdom. They told him of Amatsu Mikaboshi's true power. They revealed the secret to defeating him, a legendary weapon forged from the first star. Isaac trained relentlessly, his resolve hardening with each passing day. He pushed his body and mind to their limits. He was ready to face the darkness once more. He was ready to end Amatsu Mikaboshi's reign of terror. Section 7. The Temptress of the Shadows. Isaac's training intensified. He spent hours meditating. He sparred with the monks. He learned to harness the energy within him. He was becoming a true warrior. One night, as he rested after a grueling training session, a vision appeared before him. A woman of unearthly beauty. Her eyes were pools of molten gold. Her lips promised forbidden pleasures. Shinobi, she whispered, her voice a silken caress. Why do you struggle? Join me. Embrace the darkness. Together we can rule this world. Isaac was captivated. He had never encountered such beauty. He felt a pull towards her, a desire he couldn't explain. Her name slipped from his lips. Strawberry. He didn't realize Strawberry was a servant of Amatsu Mikaboshi. She was sent to corrupt him, to break his spirit. Section 8. The Fall of Sha. Strawberry's visits became more frequent. Each time, Isaac found himself drawn deeper into her web of deceit. She whispered promises of power and glory. She tempted him with visions of a world where he no longer had to fight, where he could rule by her side. The monks warned him. They sensed the darkness creeping into his heart, but Isaac was too far gone. He was blinded by Strawberry's beauty, by the allure of power. He abandoned his training. He turned his back on the monks who had shown him kindness. He embraced the darkness that had been gnawing at him. When he finally confronted Amatsu Mikaboshi, he did not do so as a warrior of light. He stood by Strawberry's side, his eyes burning with a cold, malevolent fire. He had become the very thing he swore to destroy. The world trembled. The forces of light and darkness clashed in a final cataclysmic battle. Section 9. Eternal Torment. The battle ended in a blinding flash of light. When the dust settled, Isaac found himself alone. Strawberry was gone. Amatsu Mikaboshi was vanquished. But at what cost? His victory was hollow. His betrayal of the monks, his surrender to the darkness, had shattered his soul. He was no longer the hero he once aspired to be. He was a monster. Isaac was trapped. He was trapped in his own mind, haunted by the faces of those he had failed. The monks, the villagers, the children of the rising sun, they all stared at him with accusing eyes. His laughter echoed through the void. It was the laughter of a madman. He was Shinobi no more. He was a prisoner of his own making, condemned to eternal torment. The console lay shattered at his feet. His link to his old life was broken. He was truly alone.